Hey there! What if you could turn your classroom into this incredible, magical forest? A place where your students get to be the heroes of their own learning adventure. Well, that's exactly what we're going to show you. Welcome to the Mr. J. Moose Learning Lab. I mean, really think about that for a second. Instead of just talking about empathy, what if your students had to actually team up to help a super clumsy but very lovable moose build a bridge? That's the kind of learning we're talking about. It's not another worksheet, it's a real quest. And that quest, it all starts right here. Welcome to the noisy forest. It's this amazing world just filled with rustling leaves, chattering squirrels, and, of course, our guide, Mr. J. Moose. But here's the thing. This isn't just some story you watch. No, your students are the explorers here, and they're going to make choices that shape the entire adventure at every single turn. So, what's the secret to making this whole magical world actually work for learning? Well, it all comes down to a really simple but super powerful recipe. We like to call it our secret sauce. It's the design that makes all the magic happen. Okay, so it's officially called the MCAF framework. But don't worry, I promise there's no test on this. Just think of it like baking a cake. You need 4 key ingredients, right? For us, those are motivation to get your students genuinely excited, cognition to get them thinking, attention to keep them locked in, and flexibility to make sure it's the perfect fit for your classroom. First up, motivation. Why do kids get so into this? Simple, because they have real agency. I mean, look at this choice point on the screen. The whole class has to decide together which way Mr. J. Moose is going to go next. That feeling of ownership, that sense that their voice actually matters, that's what fuels their motivation to learn. Next up is cognition, the thinking part. All right, so check out Mr. J. Moose here. He's trying to build a bridge, and let's be honest, it is not going well. So instead of a worksheet on problem solving, your students get to help him figure it out right in the moment. That's cognition in action.
And of course, attention. We all know that attention spans can be, a little short sometimes. That's exactly why we designed each adventure to be a bite-sized, 10-minute episode. It's just the right amount of time to dive deep into a challenge without losing focus. It keeps everyone hooked from start to finish.
And finally, flexibility. This is not some rigid press play and walk away program. You are in the driver's seat. You can adapt the stories, you can change the pace, you can customize activities, all to meet the unique needs of your students. It's your tool for your classroom. Okay, so now you know the secret sauce. Let's see how all those ingredients come together in a real adventure. Let's walk through what a typical 10-minute session in the noisy forest actually looks like. It all works in this really simple, powerful loop. First, the story starts. Then the video automatically pauses at a big decision. That's your cue to lead a class discussion. Once they decide together, you just click their choice and bam, you unlock the next part of the adventure. It's a rhythm that becomes second nature really, really fast. And here's the beautiful part. When your students are the ones calling the shots, they're not just learning about teamwork and empathy, they are living it. They get to experience the direct consequences of their decisions. And honestly, that is the most powerful way to learn anything. This is where the real magic kicks in. So when Mr. J. Moose gets totally overwhelmed trying to build that bridge, your students become his emotional support system. They actually help him pick a calming strategy, and in doing that, they're learning how to find their own calm. It's social-emotional learning woven right into the adventure. And hey, let's not forget the secret ingredient that makes it all stick. Humor. Mr. J. Moose is a bit of a goofball, and his silly jokes and clumsy moves create this awesome classroom vibe where it's totally safe to be yourself, to make mistakes, and to just learn from them with a good laugh. Okay, so you've seen how much fun your students are going to have. Now let's talk about you and how we've designed this to make your life easier. We've put a simple, powerful, and totally flexible control panel right at your fingertips. As you can see right here, you've got a full control panel. You can pick from a library of reflection sheets. You can design brand new characters with your students. You can even use our built-in story tool to generate your own custom prompts. You are in complete control of the learning experience. We believe that every single kid deserves a learning experience that meets them right where they are. That's why we built the Learning Lab to be so adaptable. With its predictable structure and safe emotional pauses, it creates a welcoming space for every single student in your room. And we know you have a million things on your plate. We get it. That's why we've done all the heavy lifting for you.
Everything you need, from the episodes themselves to the reflection sheets, it's all pre-built and ready to go, so you can spend less time planning and more time connecting with your students.
So, what's the bottom line? What kind of impact can you really expect to see in your classroom? Well, it all comes down to three things: a renewed sense of hope for your students, a simple and effective tool for you, and a healthy dose of fun and laughter. Yeah, sometimes that involves a running gag we call fart points. Trust me, it's a classroom favorite.
When your students' choices truly matter, they feel this deep sense of ownership and value. They feel seen. And when you have a tool that is this easy and this effective, you feel supported and empowered. And when learning becomes an adventure, well, your classroom becomes a place where everyone can thrive. Oh, and the fun doesn't have to stop in the noisy forest. As a little bonus, you'll also get an invitation to the Choice Time game show. It's a place where your students can put their new decision-making skills to the test in a completely new and exciting way. So, the noisy forest is calling. Your students are totally ready to become heroes. The only question left is, are you ready to unlock their potential and turn your classroom into a world of adventure?